Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is Thursday morning. We're already up to Thursday. Josh is telling me it's 25 degrees, and I know he's telling the truth right there. Woo, it's cold out there still. It's getting a little warm in the middle of the day. It's not pouring the rain, but it is cold in the morning. All right, Josh, tell them how they can contact the show right there. Let's tell them that. 889-9700, email address, excuse me, and all the social media ways you can follow the show. Now, let me tell you what we have in place this morning. At 8:30, we'll have Carla's Corner. At 8:35, we will have Tax Tips with Beth Bennett. That we'll be doing that. And then we'll go back to our state and national. Now, so right around the top of the hour at 9 o'clock, okay, we are going to put some more time into state legislation, Georgia state legislation, if you're out there nationally. Today is what we call crossover day. State Senator Steve Gooch explained that on the show the other day. It's today. It will go up to midnight. Session will run right up to midnight tonight because a bill that's in the House that a representative wants to get passed has to move over to the Senate, has to be on the floor, voted on, and if it's a thumbs up vote, it moves over to the Senate for the last 12 days. I think there's 12 days left of the session. Same thing with the Senate. Any bill over there that they want to hopefully get to the governor's desk has to move over to the House to go into House committees. So what it does is representatives over here, they get their bills over to the Senate. Senate throws them into their committees to see how they match up with maybe their bill, whatever. Now, they can be sent back to the House to vote on, but no more bills will be in place. That's it. A bill that goes over can go into committee, be adjusted, try to fit the House bill. It can go back to House committee, look it over there, and then it can be voted on. It can move across chambers for votes, but no more new bills can be put in place after midnight tonight. All right, so let's get started. Now, it's not hard to figure out why. Let me see. This is not a hard one. I know this is not hard, so let's just get this out of the way. Number 2, February, the highest total undocumented immigrants crossing U.S. border in 12 years, okay? Now, I'm going to explain why. Yesterday, all of the media was in lockstep. It was shocking, okay? Now, some of us out there were thinking yesterday, okay, and I thought, I was wondering, okay, all the media, why are you actually painting what Donald Trump has been saying? Why are you saying, now this is border crossings. They never use crisis at the border. Never did they use crisis, okay? But border crossings, all right? One, they knew, why are they all in lockstep sharing with all of their viewers? Now you remember MSNBC, CNN, ABC, even Fox News, they paint with a wide brush for their viewers. So why were they telling all of their viewers that this was happening? 1 million people this year, okay? And the highest in 12 years, all right? Why were they doing that? A, they knew they had Kirstjen Nielsen, Homeland Security, on the Hill yesterday, talking about kids in cages and psychological effects. Oh my God, yes. Yes, this is the country I live in now. And I do still love it though. But why? Because this is a part of Trump's failures. Anytime the media does something, or what they're claiming to be Trump's failures, anytime the media does something, and it almost, look, this is your little lesson of the day. Anytime the media does something, and it almost looks like they are painting the picture and actually explaining what Trump has been saying. I mean, yesterday you would have come away with thinking to yourself, man, all right? You would have come away, and I'm looking for something here, thinking to yourself, wait a minute. What are they doing? Why are they explaining to the American people how bad it is crossing the border? Give me number 29. We'll make this very short. Number 29. Losing streak for Trump on top priorities. Now, Trump's campaign, they want to set it up with promises made, promises kept. Okay? Promises made, promises kept. We know that. That's what they want to set up. All right? And let me give you one more, because we're going to come back at 9 o'clock and get into this. Okay? Number 19, okay? Department of Homeland Security telling yesterday on the Hill that 1 million illegal arrivals expected in 2019. All right? And I got one right here that I want to get up before. Okay, right here. Go to number 8. Okay, U.S. trade deficit worst in decades. CNN and MSNBC, worst in decades. All right. Number 3, this is MSNBC, 5:01 a.m. Central Time, right out of the box. They start right out of the box. President Trump failing on core issues, record trade deficit, border crossings, and North Korea. Failing on core issues. You see, the president, to them, they're telling you, said he would secure the border. And they want to paint him as a failure on the southern border. President failing on core issues, trade deficit, border crossing up, North Korea, all right? And here's the one. I have one here I want to show you. I got to have this. I know I do. I know I have it. Tell me I sent it. Tell me I sent it. Hold on. I want this one more, and then I want to move to another subject. When's the last time you saw a poll like this, number 28? When is the last time? U.S. trade deficit in 2018, $891.2 billion in merchandise, largest in nation's 243-year history. They went all the way back from day one. I mean, look at the bottom of that. Largest in history of this country, period. Wow. No, folks, yesterday when you thought they were unanimous on border crossing, they were unanimous on telling you there's a problem, and you almost felt for a brief second in your gut that the media was telling the American people there is a crisis on the southern border. No. Today they're letting you know what has happened on the southern border is another piece of what they call Trump's failures, and another piece of what they say is not a core promise he made to his voters that he would secure the southern border. So they're trying to say everything is the worst on his watch. The worst on his watch. North Korea, they walked away. They're rebuilding a nuclear facility. Do you not find it interesting that they found satellite images 2 days after Trump left to air that they say North Korea is rebuilding a facility? Failure. Total failure. Trade deficit. Total failure. Trying to secure the border. Total failure. How are you going to run on promises made, promises kept, if your core, remember, Trump's core issues, and let's see which one was that. I know I have it here. Trump's core issues. I don't know which one it was that said, let's just go back and show quickly number 29. Losing streak for Trump on priorities, okay? And I've got the other one I want to pull up before I break and go to something else. CNN. Now, MSNBC put the graphic up. MSNBC put the graphic up with the, look at what CNN did, number 7. U.S. trade deficit worst in decades. Underneath their overall deficit in goods, the worst in American history. Well, this man's making history. He's going into the books as the worst in 12 years, border crossings. On his watch, Obama had the border under control. Obama was slowly letting them in and putting them in pot, but you didn't see it. Worst. Failure in North Korea. Now he's the worst in history on this trade deficit. Absolutely the worst. I want to put this up. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Give me number. Give me this. Trump doesn't even have to go to Florida now. Okay? MSNBC 2:01 this morning, Pacific time, 5 o'clock in the morning, right out of the box, right out of the box. Give me number 26. Trump has no need to go to Florida. Florida voters have just said no to him. Opinion of President Trump, unfavorables is 52. His unfavorables, he doesn't even have to go. I mean, it has a margin of error of 4, but that's in the small print. And then right there, Politico and Louis Bergdorf or whatever his name is, MSNBC in the mornings, number 27. Trump in trouble in Florida poll. He's the worst in history. Worst in history this morning. Failed in North Korea. Failed to secure the border that he promised you and I. And now he's in big trouble in Florida. I have to tell you, the battle in this guy is amazing. The President of the United States, if anything else, it's amazing. Now, here's the reason I bring this up, because anytime you see the media do something, and for 1 minute, I just want to say, if you accidentally for 1 minute think, I wonder, if they're actually going to break over here and tell the truth. And we're going to talk about the immigration at 9 o'clock and Kirsten Nielsen. We're going to talk about that at the cages. Oh, my God, the damn kids in cages. Oh, I'm not supposed to say bad words on Wednesday. I promised. I promised my first half hour I'd try to keep it cool because there could be kids tuned in. But those kids in cages and the psychological effect, we're going to talk about that. Don't you wish they cared just enough? Oh, I got to go there just a second. We'll do it at 9 o'clock. Give me number 22. Mr. Thompson. Don't you use cages for children? Are those kids still in cages down there? That's what I want to know. Are they in cages? And then let's go to number 23. Slotkin. Representative Slotkin in Michigan. She's a newbie. She has another newbie next to her. These are a couple of newbies. They're newbies. They just got there. Just got sworn in. You see the little milk on their whiskers? They're newbies. Are you really, have you read any of the documentation? Have you read any of these psychological reports of separating these children and the devastation for years? Have you read any of those reports? Please tell me what it's like separating those kids. Have you read the psych? It's just damaging their... Folks, don't you wish they cared about our kids and the drugs and the reason these parents are failing? Our parents are failing our children in these Drugs are terrible, and they have to take kids into custody. We have the government raising our kids, grandma raising our kids, people raising our kids because let's worry about ours. No, the psychological have you. Anyhow, we'll get into that later, as I have told you. So let's go to this. Now, I didn't say anything. Easy. I didn't say anything on day one. Because you know I watch all the Sunday morning shows, and I want to hear what direction they're going. So on is it February 24th? Just a couple weeks ago. What was it? February, was it? Yes, Sunday, the last Sunday in February, okay? I'm thinking to myself, because there's only 28 days, so it's only been a week ago, I'm thinking to myself, whoa, how does this end? How do they get out of this? And I listened to the question. I said, this is going to come back. This comes back. The DNC has to answer this question. And the only reason I'm doing this story right now is not as a Fox defender. I just love to lay out when we could show people just clear proof of the deep state media and how they work and the DNC and how crooked they are. Like you didn't know, but maybe these are ways sometimes you can paint it to your friend. Now give me friends, not friend, maybe you got two. Give me number one, okay? Now this is Tony Perez, is that his name? He's the chair of the DNC, and he's on there with Chris Wallace, and Chris Wallace is doing he's doing a 2020 election interview with the DNC chair here on Sunday morning, and he goes all through these things, reparations, whatever, and the candidates. And so then he closes, because he closes the show or the interview with this. Play the video.
Sure we get it right. We have an embarrassment of riches, quite frankly.
Finally, you have scheduled 12 Democratic debates, 6 this year, end of this year, 6 the beginning of next year. Will Fox News get at least one of the 2020 Democratic presidential debates?
We haven't made that decision yet. We have made the decision on the first 2 debates, and what we're doing in the first 2 debates, Chris, is unprecedented. 2 nights. Making sure we have random draw, and here's our goal.
You know what would also be unprecedented? Giving us a debate.
Well, we'll see about that. But here's my number one goal. My number one goal is to make sure that everyone gets a fair shake. If we have 16 people in the race, 15 aren't going to make it to the mountaintop. My job is to make sure that everyone and their supporters feels like their candidate got a fair shake. And then my other job is to make sure that whoever wins has an infrastructure that will enable them to thrive. And that's why I enjoy coming here, talking to you, talking to your viewers about our vision of a Democratic Party, of a nation, frankly, that works for everyone.
Well, we welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us, Chairman
Always
Perez.
a pleasure.
Please come back, sir.
My pleasure. Look forward to it.
Okay, so I watched that, and that is on the 24th. Okay, that's on the 24th, all right, of February. The minute that was over, Perez gets out of there, and he says, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? And I knew the minute. I mean, I'm watching that. I knew the minute. I said, Fox is not getting a debate, and let's see how he gets out of this. And so I didn't come into the show and start saying, well, Fox wants a debate. I didn't see it a big deal, and we know the DNC is not going to let Fox have a debate. So I didn't go down that road, but I knew from that minute right there, they had to go out of there and figure out how to get something to say Fox should not get a debate. So on March 4th, okay, so they go out of there, they got about a week to set this up, and they say, who's going to run with this? So they find these things in these unique times, just in time, right? It's not like whoever these sources are. It's not like the people that have come forward didn't know this last week, didn't know this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And this is where this is my favorite thing to do, is to study how corrupt the media is. So whoever these people are, that have this Fox News information. They knew it a year ago. They knew it 2 years ago. But it seems interesting that the deep state media always finds these nice little sources at the most opportune times. This one being after Perez has asked, the chair of the DNC, will Fox News get a debate from Chris Wallace? And he's, we've decided the first two. It's undecided. We don't know, blah, blah, blah. So they got to go out there and figure out a good reason. They can't just say we're not going to give a debate to Fox News. Now, that's not going to work, because whether you like it or not, Fox News has some Democrat viewers. Fox News has probably the largest independent block of viewers that claim to be independents or identify themselves as independents. Largest block. So they got to be careful, because Fox News viewers, they are voters, and they can get some voters from Fox News. Okay? That being said, they can't just say we're not going to give Fox a debate. They have to come up with a reason to try to sound legit on why they can't let Fox News have a debate. A pair of Fox, this is March 4th. Okay, this is March 4th. So they started earlier in the week. It's Thursday. They broke this right out of the box into last week. First of this week, they're getting this ramped up. A pair of Fox insiders and source close to Trump believe that Roger Ailes, apologize, believe that Ailes informed Trump campaign about Kelly's question. Okay? Longtime Fox News president Roger Ailes fed Donald Trump debate questions, according to a lengthy new investigation from The New Yorker. All right? In a piece written by Jane Meyer, a publisher, and published on Monday. So Monday, they had a week. They got it ready. They found the sources, wow, that they needed. They put it together. And the deep state media always lets somebody new carry the water or something. Sometimes CBS gets to carry the water. This is The New Yorker carrying the water. Written by Jane Myers and published on Monday in advance of their March issue, says that even Megyn Kelly's famously tough question to Trump about his past remarks towards women were slipped to the billionaire in advance. Okay? Now, if you go over the making of, this is Jane Meyer's article. Fox News has always been partisan. Okay, now, this was written Monday. Will be in the New Yorker's magazine, this March issue, but it was written Monday just in time. Now the issue doesn't come out till March 11th, so the New Yorker chose for some reason that this was the perfect time to release this. Wow. The making of Fox News White House. Fox News White House. Fox News has always been partisan, but has it, with a question mark, become propaganda? MSNBC, CNN, no. In January, during the longest government shutdown in American history, President Donald Trump rode in a motorcade through Hidalgo County, Texas, eventually stopping on a grassy bluff overlooking the Rio Grande. The White House wanted to dramatize what Trump was portraying as a national emergency. We need to build a wall along the Mexican border. The presence of armored vehicles, bales of confiscated marijuana, and federal agents in flak jackets underscored the message. Okay? But the photo op dramatized something else about the administration after members of the press pool got out of the vans and headed over to where the president was about to speak. They noticed that Sean Hannity, the Fox News host, was already on location. Unlike them, they weren't on there yet. He hadn't been confined by Secret Service and was mingling with administration officials, at one point hugging Kirstjen Nielsen, the Secretary of Homeland Security. It looked like he was part of the staff. So they blow this up. You know, it's okay if reporters go shopping with Carmela Harris to pick out the perfect dress. It's okay if they call Beto O'Rourke a rock star and salivate. But this is terrible. But all right, here's the point. Wallace asked the question. They got to get out of it. They can't tell voters they just won't do a Fox News debate. So what do the next week? They work on their sources that they find all of a sudden. They get their story up and they pop it out at the right time. Okay? What they call the right time. So then what happens? Okay, let's go back to number one. Remember, this is Perez on that Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, being asked by Chris Wallace, hey, will we get a debate? Number 5. Democrat National Committee rejects Fox News for debate citing New Yorker article. Oh, well, hell you say. That's when you have to do that. You have to, I don't care. Hell you say, right? The New Yorker article. Now, let me remind you, this is the New Yorker article. This is not DNC emails that they claim the Russians hacked on their server, that we have never seen the server. The FBI has never asked for the server from the DNC. But I'll tell you what, all they talk about is Russia hacked the DNC server. We don't know nothing about that server, Jack. We sent the FBI. We're here to pick up that server. We got it covered, man. Cool. We're overwhelmed right now as it is. All right, Peter Strzok looking into Trump. Here's the point. They never talk about what was found on something. Remember Donna Brazil? We have the actual emails. We have the actual facts, emails. See, they believe Ailes may have. They don't have hardcore. Look through these articles and find the hardcore. Now, they might have somebody say something, but find that hardcore email or find that phone call, whatever. But no, we have Donna Brazil, what? With CNN. Working behind the scenes to help Hillary so they could screw the Bernie. But CNN will get debates because we know that the deep state media, and we know DNC is not going to pick their candidate. Let me say this while I have you. If you think for one earthly minute that the DNC does not know who they want to be the candidate to go up against Trump, I say you're wrong. But remember that. Donna Brazil and CNN, hey, we got facts of that, but they're going to get it. They're going to get the debate. Let me pull CNN. They're loving this morning. Number 9. Number 9, America. Hey, America. Choice 2020, CNN, right out of the box this morning. Democrats won't debate on Fox News. DNC, that's Perez, remember, cites report on Fox News, symbolic relationship with Trump. Well, and there we go, number 11. There's Perez, okay. And number 12, CNN, oh, they're loving it this morning, man. Loving every minute of it. And number 12, Fox News. Democrats won't debate. All right. And Democrats won't debate. Let me make sure. And then Trump said, hey, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. President of the United States. Number 10. Democrats just blocked Fox News from holding a debate. Good. Then I think I'll do the same thing with the fake news networks and the radical left Democrats in the general election debates. CNN, how do we know? How do we know CNN will not feed questions in their debate to Beto or whoever it may be? Because we have proof. Interesting. Deep state media, I tell you, it's getting easy. It's getting so easy. Now, I don't want to say it was ever hard for me. I mean, I tell you, I woke up with this gift of being able to read between the lines of the BS from the deep state media. I'm just joking around. Relax, okay? But it's getting so easy to watch them lay out their criminal activity. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages. Take us to break, Josh.